Good morning, my honorable pastors. I'm here today to come and talk about strategic workforce planning. It's basic to have it as one of your knowledge area, or you need the human resource to actually carry out the job. And for you to benefit from the human resource, you must be able to have a strategic workforce planning for them. Selection of people that will work for you, training of people that will work for you, retirement of people that are old, and the people that may not fit in to the whole process. That's the essence of having the strategic workforce planning. In a nutshell, let me just give you a fundamental definition of it. Say, the strategic workforce planning is a process designed to anticipate and integrate the human resource response to an organizational strategic plan. Anticipate and integrate to organizational need. That is, human resources is basic, organizational plan is basic. There is a difference between workforce plan and strategic plan. The strategic plan is looking at the totality of the organization, the totality of what the church is doing. You have your service plan, you have your mission plan, you have your schedule plan. All those things are made up of a strategic plan. But out of the strategic plan, you must have what we call a strategic workforce plan to fit in, to allow the human resource to fit into the larger strategic plan. That is the difference between the two. Workforce plan is just a subset of a strategic plan. We are going to talk about it more. Now, that is the basic things about the process, about the definition or the meaning. The next one is the vision. What's the vision of the strategic workforce planning? First is to enable you to allocate resource properly. Resource must be properly allocated. Therefore, if you have a proper strategic workforce in place, so I was on plan in place, you'll be able to allocate your resources properly. Secondly, it will enable you to be competent in what you are doing. Thirdly, it will allow you to have a framework of how the company and the resource people will grow and develop. The fourth one is it will allow you to take a good decision regularly. That is, if you have a proper strategic workforce planning in place, it will allow you to take a good decision properly. It will also enable you to have a proper action plan. As you must be proactive. Always allow you to be proactive. The sixth one is that it gives room for effectiveness. When all those things are in place, the above visions will be achieved in a very cognitive manner and short form. And there are basic things that you have to be able to know about the workforce strategic plan, strategic workforce planning. The process too. The process is very simple. The process says workforce planning is a systematic process for identifying, acquiring, developing, and retaining employees to meet the need of the church. Hence, it requires the competency of a good leader. It's a process. When you see something is a process, you have to follow, you have to identify, you have to acquire, acquire the personnel, you have to develop the personnel, you have to think of how to retain the personnel, and you have to think of how to give them opportunity to grow in the system. All those ones require your leadership quality to be able to do all those processes. That is the process, is in a very short form. And to do all those ones requires some skill of good leader. A good leader must be ready to go along with the people working with, and must be ready to make sure things are properly in place to achieve all those things. Very, very important. The leadership quality must be there. I think we have talked about leadership quality previously. Those are the objective and goal. What is the objective of those things? The objectives are very simple. Identification of staffing level. That's the essence why you are into the workforce planning. The essence of it that we want to identify the forces, identify of the staffing level. We want to know numbers of people that you need, why you need them, how you are going to transfer them to a needed area, and what they need to make all those things to work. And they have all that's why you have to engage in all this workforce strategic planning. Analysis of the present workforce. The present workforce needs to be analyzed. Some may be not be competent enough to do certain job. Some may be overutilized for certain job. Some may be underutilized for certain job. That way, it is your duty to do the regular analysis to be able to know why all those things are available and how you are going to do your strategic workforce planning to take care of all those things. Another one is the identification of a future need of the organization. If you don't identify all those areas, if you don't do your workforce planning very well, you will not be able to plan for the future. You will not be able to achieve what you need at the present time. And the next one is how to take care of the gap and surplus in the system. When there is no proper planning, there will be no way you can know that there is a gap and there is a surplus. Therefore, the essence of part of the planning is to make sure you identify all those gaps and need, and you work towards attaining them. Development of strategies too. When you have your workforce planning in place, you'll be able to develop strategy to take care of it. The essence of the strategy is that when there is going to be a problem, you must have a workforce strategy in place to address it. Maybe one or two staff are sick. What are you going to do? Maybe one or two staff of the totality of your system. If you don't evaluate occasionally, you may not know where there is need for a change, where there is need for improvement, where there is need for regular motivation of members of staff and the regular promotion of certain set of people. But some people, when you allow them to overstay on certain job or certain activities or services, they may feel demotivated. And what you need to do is to make sure you evaluate your process. And the evaluation will allow you to take care of where there is shortfall and where there is windfall, where there is need for a change. And that's the essence of the evaluation. When all this above is taking place, I want to say that there is no other fast route to do your process. It's now left for individual to look at what is happening within his organization and within his environment, within his type of human resources to follow. There is no other fast route that you have to follow this format. That is what they are saying. The system says that it is you as a leader of your organization or the church, make sure you develop or map out your way of achieving strategic workforce planning. That is the rule. And nobody come and tell you you have to follow process A, process B, process D. But the whole process is looking at how things will work out. You identify, you acquire, you retain, you train, and you evaluate. Those are the whole process. And the benefit of the workforce planning, there are a lot of benefits attached to it. The first is making human resources decision effective. Because if you are planned very well, you'll be able to know that this kind of people, you need them in certain place. You need them in social place. Go and do this type of job for me. Go and do this type of job. Not everybody is fitting to a particular job. You'll be able to have your own staff who are competent in certain place, and those competencies you have to capitalize upon it in order to achieve your result. So, provide leaders with a strategic basis. A good leader, when you are able to have your plan very well, you'll be able to know that it is necessary to have a good strategic basis to do a lot of things for your organization or for your church. When you have all those ones in place, you'll be able to achieve better results. Awareness, address present and anticipated workforce issue. The essence of that one is that when you address, the benefits that it gives room for to address present and anticipated workforce issue. Occasionally, there may be need for adjustment. There may be need for issues arising from relationship among the workforce. Some workforce may have an issue, or the organization may have issue with the workforce, maybe increase in remuneration, increase in welfare package, going for leave and so on. But with proper strategic workforce planning, all those issues will be addressed properly. These are the things that the organization must be ready to take care of within your leadership concept. Address issues that are driving the workforce regularly. If you have a good workforce planning in place, it will continue to be a source of driver to guide you in solving many problems, because you can easily refer to it here, this is it. But if you don't have anything in place, anybody can just do anything he likes and you just assume that well, that is the way. But when they are properly groomed and when they are properly taken care of, the document which you have provided on the strategic workforce planning will help everybody to be working towards the objective of the church instead of just doing anything they like. That is the basic thing that the objective, the benefit will take care of. And there are some issues, questions to be answered. The reward system must be okay. The competency aspect must be okay. The communication must be okay. If they are okay, the people can easily fall into your strategic workforce planning. But if the reward system is not okay, If there is biasness and the labor turnover is increasing and the people are not willing to cooperate because things are not done the way it's supposed to be done, those are the things that a leader of the organization must look at. But when you have a proper strategic workforce planning in place, all those issues can be taken care of easily. The next one is a workforce planning versus strategic planning. Yes, workforce planning is a subset of strategic planning. A strategic planning look at the organization in totality. A strategic planning have a broad approach. Talk about the building plan, talk about the transport plan, talk about service plan, talk about marketing or promotional plan of your organization, of your church, talk about workforce too. Therefore, a strategic planning is looking at the totality of the organization, and while the workforce plan is just one out of the whole thing. It is the duty of the leader of the church to make sure the strategic planning accommodate the workforce planning. It is the duty of the church to make sure that when they are putting the strategic workforce planning in place, they are considering the strategic planning too. Therefore, what in essence that you cannot do workforce planning without consideration of the strategic plan. Yeah, because human resources must fit into the totality of the environment. And mind you, the totality of the environment which strategic plan has taken place is they have people working there. Therefore, it is part of the duty of the workforce planning to take care of the people there too. Therefore, when you are planning for workforce planning, when you are doing your workforce planning, the the totality of the organization must be looked at in a broad manner too, and must fit into the whole thing. That when you are doing your workforce planning, you cannot do it in isolation. You have to do it in considering the other strategic planning. That is just the essence of workforce planning versus strategic planning. The totality, the strategic plan, we have talked about that too. Is a strategic plan. Let me just read it for you. The strategic plan chart the future with broad mission related target and milestone. It the church vision, mission, and measurable goal and objective must drive the identification of what type of work need to be done. That's what I say. It is broad. Look at the mission, look at the goal, look at the objective, and also look at how to take care of the totality of the church. That's what the strategy is about. And they are saying that the workforce planning must be a subset of the strategic plan. And it is the duty of the strategic planner to make sure they take care of that area, and not just looking at what are the need of the human resource people. You have to look at the effect of your action on the other department, on the other objective of the organization, on the other role they expect the human resource to play. Not just because we want to employ people, we want to train them, we want to identify them, we want to acquire them. No, you have to look at, if I employ you, what other thing can you do for this organization? Yes, I'll be able to do this, I'll be able to do that. Therefore, you can see that you can use him in other areas. If I employ you, what will be your own mission? when you are in, my mission will be as follows. Those are the things the strategic planner are looking at. Not just look at what the human resource. If I employ you now, you'll be able to do this job on your table. No, you'll be able to go further in seeing the totality of the organization. That is the vision of the organization. That is the essence of the relationship between the workforce planning and strategic planning. Looking beyond your table, looking beyond what you can do for the organization. That is the basic things about the benefit. Can I go on? The to implement this strategic plan, it has some rules. The rules are very, very necessary to know. You must be ready to look at what are the benefits, what are the issues, what are the desire of the organization, what are the essence of implementation, why is it necessary to implement it, what are the regulatory body governing the relationship of human resource, what are the need to make all this implementation to be possible, why is employee need to be rewarded, why is it that you are as a leader, you need to provide leadership traits, good leadership traits for other people to follow or to emulate. These are the way of the implementation is very simple. Just make sure you document all your processes, you analyze them according to the need, you make it available to the management of the church, they look at it, ask for the input of the members, now collate it and call for meetings on the new document, and everybody must be aware of where the document is going. That's the basic things about the implementation. The next one is the monitor, evaluate, and revise. Program must be monitored. Program must be evaluated. Program must be reviewed. Strategic workforce planning need to be monitored. Strategic workforce planning need to be evaluated. Strategic workforce planning need to be reviewed. To monitor is very simple. You'll be looking at the document you have put in place. You'll be checking it whether it's actually fitting to what you are looking at, what the expected result should be. You will also be looking at the people who are implementing it. Are they actually doing the right thing? You also be looking at the environment you are operating. Are you actually living to expectation? Because the human being that drives the policy of the organization, and you are the one, that's why you are putting the right human being in the right place in order to achieve the result. Are your people actually meeting the need of the organization, of the church, of the environment, and the individual need? If they are not doing that, what are you going to do? That is the monitoring. Evaluation is What are you going to do to achieve the need? Are you actually having the resource people in the right place? Are they actually competent to meet the need? Are they actually making use of what they have in the organization or the church to the best of their knowledge? Are they actually carrying people along? Are they actually meeting the community need? Maybe they expect the church to do one or two things. Maybe support them, train them, donate one or two things to them. These are the things the human resource of the organization must actually take place on. That's why they are actually saying when you want to recruit them, put them in the right place. That's why the workforce planning is taking place to actually make sure people are used for the right at the right place for the right job at the right time. And that is the evaluation and revise. After the evaluation, you have to sit down and revise what you have done. Is what I have done is actually meeting the need of the people? Is what I have done actually meeting the need of the organization or the church? Is what I have done is actually making sure we are going to live for the future? Is what I have done is going to actually make people to rely on us for growth in the near future and development? If all these ones are revised and the questions are answered, you are sure that your organization or the church is in line with the growth, and people will now be wishing or willing to be part of the growth system. The revised system will also be properly documented. If they are not documented, people will not be happy because just come to the church and they don't have something to take home to show them, say yes, today we have this, let's do it together. As you are informing the members of the church too will use that documentation to go and inform other people. That other people will now show interest in coming to your church because they have seen that they are reasonable, they are good people, they have something to offer. You can learn one or two things from that place too. That is part of the duty of the human resources to make sure when they plan for them, when they have them in proper place, they think beyond the box. They design for the organization. They suggest for the growth. They make things working with ease. And that is the essence of workforce planning. You are not just planning to put them in place, but you are planning to make sure they use their skill to achieve the goal and objective of the organization. Not just placing them on the job, training them. When you place them on the job and train them, you expect them to be thinking beyond the box, to be strategically working for the organization, to be strategically placing the organization above other organizations. That is, to be strategically competing in the system. That way, it is the human being that will make a change of the organization. And it is now left for you to employ somebody that can think beyond the box, not just my father or my friend or my relative. No, somebody that will make a change. And the person must be equally be exposed regularly to come and add value to the organization. That is about the review. That's about the monitor, evaluation, and review. The system too, the system always help a lot. The system always help a lot when you have a proper leader in place. Checklist for evaluating the workforce planning effort. Then you have you have developed a checklist. They are all inside your material. But let me just recap some of those checklists here. The workforce plan, answer the following questions. The workforce plan, answer the following questions. What human resource do I need to have in order to meet the performance, motivation, and objective of the organization? That's the checklist. Once I have the employee on board, how do I develop them? What strategy should be used to retain them? What communication method is necessary? The benefits are all the benefits of doing establishing the checklist. The benefits are recruiting, developing, and training require talented people. That is, you be able to recruit, train, and develop the talented people. Adjusting overall staffing to meet changing business needs. That is it. By the time you have all those checks in place, it will allow you to meet the overall changing business need, that is church need. Things are dynamic, you have to move with all the dynamics too. Ensuring that the church has the resource to deliver promise. That is, by the time you have all those proper human beings in place, the church will be able to deliver their promise to the people. Facilitating the management of change and contributing to better people's management. That is, when you have a good checklist, it's encouraging you to facilitate change. Because by the time you pose a question to them, some who are not competent will now be thinking, am I actually fitting to this system? Am I actually working towards the goal of the organization? Am I not supposed to be in another place instead of this place? If the person is not ready to change, the change will change it, and the organization will have to look for somebody who are competent to do the job for him. That is the benefit of the whole thing. Developing workforce action plan. Yeah, what they mean by action plan is that how do you want to carry out the job? Not about the workforce action plan you are going to put in place. The procedure is that design a workforce plan to meet the church need. That's it. When you are talking about action plan, that is, the church, they must have a plan in place that will meet the church need. We have discussed this thing before. The church need must be met through what you have designed. You look at what are the needs of the organization of the church, what are the expectations, what are the constraints, what are the resources, opportunity, what are the things that will make things to work. These are the action plan we want to address, and develop ways to address skill gap. Like what I've said before, some may not fit into the environment. Some may have more skill in certain areas. Some may have less skill. What are you going to do to make sure you take care of the skill gap? Those who are having the excess skill, what are you going to do to make sure that you are going to use them for higher responsibility, not just keep them at a lower level. Those are the things that are necessary in action plan. Develop project plan to accomplish determined action. You have to develop a project plan to accomplish determined action. Set specific goal and objective. An organization or a church that is not setting a specific goal or a broad goal or a non-dynamic goal will not be able to achieve a specific result. For any good result to take place, you must have yourself setting a specific goal. I want to have numbers of staff trained to be able to deliver church service on Monday, in the morning, in the night, on Saturday, in the morning, in the night. Delivery of social service on Monday is different. Is a different method from delivery of church service on Saturday. Because you may now have old people coming on Monday, retired people. But on Saturday, you have the young people more. The type of delivery for the young people, is different from the type of delivery you are going to give to the old people. And if you don't have those methodology in place, you see that the method of delivery on Saturday may not be interested or may not be captivating enough for the youth, but may be good for the old people. What they expect from the old people to learn is more or less relate to their health and the dead end. Always do good. We are now going towards the grave level. What your children expect is give them the right advice, give them the word of God, as if I introduce them to the development of church and how to make sure that they're actually working towards that. That is the difference between the type of people you are going to use at the right time. And in most cases, communication is key, like what I've just said, and your communication must balance with the environment. And the people that take care of that one, you have to make sure they fit in. That's what they call strategic fit. Don't just say because he's a pastor, go and take position of the morning service, afternoon service, and so on. You look at the different manner of approach of individual. Some may know how to pamper the elder people, some may know how to make the young ones to be interested in the church activities or church services. All these are very key way of looking at things, and the people must be ready to go ahead to do all those things at the right time. And the church too must look at why do we want to make use of strategic workforce plan? Why is it necessary? How do we want to achieve the result when we put the strategic workforce plan in place? How do you want to make people to develop the skill expected when we have the strategic workforce plan in place? How do you want to give them opportunity to grow when we have the strategic workforce plan in place? How do you want to give out reward and punishment when you have the strategic workforce plan in place? Because when you have the reward, you should have also the penalty for non-performance. And the church too must be ready to look at how to motivate good workers. Motivation does not mean increase in salary at times, maybe job enrichment, additional responsibility with accolade, additional responsibility with documentation for thank you, additional responsibility with praises, additional responsibility with cash reward, because the person must have spent one or two things, time and money, to be able to deliver that responsibility. But cash reward should not be left out in whatever you are doing. It's key, but they need it for one or two things. How the workforce strategic planning, the strategic workforce planning is key to the organization, is key to the church, because human resource is the key element among the other elements of the organization. They formulate policy, they initiate action, they drive the organization. And if you are not able to have a proper strategic workforce planning in place, it will affect the organization in the long run. It will affect the growth and development of the organization. What we then need is serve the people, serve the organization or the church, serve the public. When I say serve the people, that is your members of the church. Serve the public, when I say that of the community you are operating, serve the general system, that is the church itself. What do we mean by the church itself? Church is a building. They need one or two things to make them comfortable, to make it befitting for people to stay. We have to serve them too. That's part of the thing the workforce planning will be looking at, because we can't just put people where there are no comfortability. The church must have all the necessary things to make things to work, and that is why it is necessary to serve the organization. And the people is key. The equipment, they are key. The community, they are key. And communication is key in everything. Moving from one place is key, and when you are moving, equipment and gadget must be in place, and the people must have been carried along. These are the things we are going to do there. This will be our objective. How do we achieve that? How do we get things in place? If you have a proper strategic workforce planning in place, you will see that a lot of things will fall in. They will be working properly, and you will be able to move over and above other people. There will be less labor turnover. People will not be leaving your church to another organization. The people will now be planning ahead of time, and the reward system must be there for them. When somebody is helping you to achieve results, you must be ready to reward the person. Cash and other things reward. Praises and letter of commendation, they are all reward. But the communication must be perfect. No doubt about that. So if you have any question for me now, I'm readily available to answer them. I'm listening to, I will be listening to your question now. Okay. If there is no question for me, the material has been sent to you. If you go through it, it will help you too a lot. We are trying to summarize some of the points in the material, but the material will help you on your day-to-day working, and make sure you make it available to the young ones in your system, because don't be a monopoly of knowledge. Share your knowledge to let other people know how they are going to apply all those things inside the material that will help the organization to grow. The essence of the workshop is to make the people working with you to be as rich as you are, as knowledgeable as you are, and because they need all those things to help the organization to grow and develop. Thank you very much for listening.
Are you ready to take your church management skills to new heights? Look no further. It's time to answer the call for membership at the Institute of Church Office Management, where professionals unite. RC 1808311, the Institute of Church Office Management, a unified body of professionals, church office managers. Applications are now open for citizens of this world to become members of ICOM. Join a universally accredited community that includes church officers, church secretaries, church workers, church administrators, church consultants, and church managers. As a church manager, you will play a crucial role in supporting pastors and church elders, shaping the vision of the body of Christ. For more information and to apply, visit our website at www.churchoffices.org. You can also contact us via email at churchoffice325@gmail.com or call us at mobile 081 61 666 07059 178222 or 08052767192. Membership at ICOM comes in 4 categories. 1. Chartered membership, PCOM, for those who have completed the professional examination and internship program. 2. Chartered fellowship, FCCOM, for members with 5 years of post-chartered membership experience, proudly using the esteemed FCCOM acronym. 3. Doctoral fellow, DFCCOM, possessing a doctorate degree in any of the management sciences and a minimum of 3 years managerial experience. 4. Honorary fellow, an exclusive award for those with 5 years of managerial experience and a bachelor's degree in any management science discipline, or 15 years of experience for those without a relevant degree. Joining is easy. Choose your membership grade level and submit your application. Don't miss this opportunity to elevate your career and be part of something extraordinary. Join the Institute of Church Office Management today. Be a part of the change. Institute of Church Office Management, empowering church leaders.